वो ट्रक विच गेड़ी सुट्टी हालीवुड गीत देसी मुंडियां दे सुने बॉलीवुड म्यूजिक दी वेव ना भालदे कोफे वगाउणा भी आउंदा ते लिरिक्स है चंगे जेड़े चलदे सी किसे तो ना ढलदे सी उन्हां दा बनाउंदे आ क्लाउन मुंडे ब्राउन मुंडे.
Okay, so here we are again, YouTube, like I said, I promised you guys as much content as possible and I'm delivering. Today's a bit different, it's nothing to do with bodybuilding. What we're going to discuss today, or is going to put out today, is a sport called Beeni. Beeni in itself is a sport which originated in South Asia, North Pakistan. It's a mix of arm wrestling and martial arts. Very, very popular in South Asia. However, what I've come to realise is everyone in my group circle, whether they're the footballers or the boxers or the cricketers or the bodybuilders, they're not so familiar with it. So the whole purpose today is I was going to educate you guys on this. Like I said, in my career, like I said, I've been fortunate enough to work with some top athletes, whether they're professional boxers, footballers, cricketers, etc. You've all heard it before. But I've not mentioned these guys. We've got Zaid today and we've got Big Az. Obviously, Zaid, also known as Soldier, is a champion. Are you heavyweight champion?
Hasn't lost yet.
He hasn't lost yet, undefeated. He's undefeated in this sport. And like I said, don't think it's an ordinary sport. After this, I will clip in there of one of his recent bouts, which was in Pakistan, and it had a capacity of up to like 20,000 people. So it is a very, very popular sport.
लो जी माशाल्लाह जी खूबसूरत पहलवान जी ऐसी बात नहीं माशाल्लाह जी माशाल्लाह बहुत अच्छा जी.
As you can tell from the video which just posted previously, it's a very intense sport. So how the rules and regulation works for this is very simple. You grab one's arm, obviously there's rules and regulations, technicalities involved in it, and you have 3 attempts to get that arm out of that lock, and then vice versa. And the person who gets out of the locks in the least amount of attempts wins. Zaid has got a match upcoming in the next 4 weeks. We've been in camp now for a steady 4 weeks. And it's not just about the arm wrestling side of it, there's little movements which me and Az have been working with him together and which we're going to talk you through today. So yeah, Wahid is ready.
You have one shot on stage, what you got to play? Generic drops for days, still the people rage. Am I not insane? Can you stop and explain why these drops are so lame? Is money buying you fame? I'm fucking on, I'm killing it with this song. You haters can sing along or go back where you belong. Yeah, there's nothing.
As you can see from a typical session or strength and conditioning session for this sport, Beenie, we've always started off with legs. Legs is absolutely fundamental. Just like for any other sport, remember your foundation. Whenever you build a house, you build it from the bottom first. So ensuring it's got a safe and secure foundation, you know. So with this, like I says, we've done the little warm up, nothing too extensive. And now we're gonna go on to the leg press. And on the leg press, we're gonna have a little warm up and then we are really gonna start piling on the weight. And we're looking at, like I says, about 500 kilo leg press. Simply because we wanna keep that strength and that oomph while he's in camp, because like I says, a lot of this does entitle a lot of strength, and to build the strength and to push that natural testosterone, your legs is fundamental. As you may have noticed, obviously a lot of repetitions are still included, simply because we want to keep the muscular endurance part of it, because a game could last anything between 10 seconds to bloody 10 minutes. It's all dependent upon your opponent and how long it's going to be. So we're not sure whether it's going to last that long or that long. So we're not skipping no corners. You know when they say skip no corners, because if you skip corners you might lose the edge. We're making sure we're coming sharp and ready for this one. So we're working up in numbers. So the muscular endurance involved in it, but as well as the strength. So we're starting off with, like I said, 15 reps, 20 reps until we get to a number. We're looking at about 400 to 500 kilos, but it's going to get steady 10 reps also.
Till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out. And my hyper-ass, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out. Till my legs give out, can't shut my mouth. Till the smoke clears out. And my hyper-ass, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse.
Previously we've gone up in numbers, so as we've gone up the repetitions have started to decrease. We've just got more than 500 kilos on here now, so this is a big working set for him now. Let's go, champ. Bismillah. 1, 2, 3, up. Let's go. And let's go.
Easy.
And 5, 1. Yeah, come on, let's go. 2.
Come on.
And again, come on.
Strong.
3, come on, keep going, let's go. 5, 4, come on, easy, let's go.
Come on,
and again, 5, easy work.
Come on,
keep going.
easy.
And let's go.
Come on,
Let's go. Drive.
Come on, Ziggy.
And again, up.
Come on, Ziggy.
Big set. Like I says, a movement like this in itself will release so much testosterone. For those of you not familiar with the terminology, testosterone's a male hormone which gives you that oomph, that gives you that strength, and that's what we need to do. It's just like boxing in itself. You know when you are boxing and they say a boxer in itself needs to keep all that testosterone in himself to keep that aggression. This is what this exercise helps or entails us to do. So it's keeping all that aggression inside him just by doing such movement. We've started off with some leg movements, but when you do such leg movements, when you're pushing 500 kg plus, you've got to realise a lot of blood has been pushed into his lower half. So because of that, it could be slightly heavy. And with this sport, remember, balance and coordination plays a massive role. So after we've done such a movement, we come straight onto the ladders, speed agility ladders, and we ensure his movement and his coordination is on point. So as much as the strength we've got the movement and we've got the strength. So we'll show you what we do next.
Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out, can't shut my mouth, till the smoke clears out, and my hyper-ass, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse.
What you've got to realise is it carry on? You carry on. So what you've got to realise is a movement like this where your fast twitch fibres are just getting switched on after you've done such a heavy movement, it's not as easy as it looks. But what you come to realise is we get to think as well. So don't just think the sport in itself is just brutal strength. There's a lot of thinking involved. So this is where I get his thinking involved also. Like I says, it looks easy on camera when you're doing it, but when you're weighing, like I says, 110 plus kilos and moving like that, it's not as easy. And at the same time, you're out of breath, your legs are heavy, and you've got to think. Very sport specific to the sport, Beenie in itself. And the whole purpose of this camp was to make it as specific as possible to the sport specific. So every action should have a purpose. So what we've done, we've ensured that we're not just doing movements for the sake of doing movements. We're doing everything which will replicate the real sport in itself. So obviously we've started off with the legs, but that does not mean neglect the upper half. Upper half is obviously a massive place in itself. I don't know, self-explanatory. But a bench press in this camp has been vital, simply because it's a compound movement in itself. Any sort of compound movement, self-explanatory. Again, releases a lot of testosterone, a lot of growth, and your strength just hits through the roof. And with the sport in itself, we need to hit that. Same with this, same with the legs. We've always gone up in numbers, so we're not just neglecting in terms of muscular endurance, but we've worked the strength massively. So we usually start off with 20 reps of about 3 to 4 sets until we hit a number of like 200 kilos in the bench press also. With this, is like I previously mentioned, you don't know how long the game's going to last, so we're not skipping no corners. simply because it could last anything between 10 seconds to 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, we do not know. So we're ensuring there's no lactic acid which will be kicked in. So when he is squeezing the arm, etc., remember your chest plays a major role in this, an antagonist, agonist muscle in terms of your arms. So there's not going to be no lactic acid kicking in, and it will be strong for that long period of time. Therefore, we're doing 20, 30 reps, and then at the same time, we're moving the strength in as well for the shorter bursts.
Comes off till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. And my high harass, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out.
3, 2, 1, up. Now let's go. And try.
Easy, strong.
It says with this sport in itself, it's not just a beanie, it's like an all-round athlete now. You got to realise pushing X amount of weight on the legs, putting X amount of legs on the chest, and at the same time working them fast twitch fibres with a bit of cardio and, you know, the balance and the coordination side of it. We've ensured everything's been hit with the 5 components of fitness: the speed, agility, power, coordination and balance. And we've not neglected nothing. We've gone into the nutrition side of it, so we've tapped into that, which obviously I'll talk about that in another video. And I don't think there's anything which we've missed out. What do you think, Zaid? How do you feel?
I feel good, man.
You feel good?
Yeah.
Anything that you'd like to change in this camp, or anything that you think?
Everything's perfect.
Everything's perfect. Like it says, if nothing's broken, don't fix it. And if anything, we've put so much more into this just to ensure that everything's been ticked. Obviously, this is the strength and conditioning side of it, but the bread and butter of this sport in itself is the training side. Just like boxing, you know, you can do all your runs, you can do all your weights, you can do all your stretches, but if you're not boxing, you're still not doing it. So what we are going to do now is he's going to go into his Beenie session with the main coach himself, and you'll see that next. So, like I've mentioned before, we've done all the strength and conditioning, we've done all that work, but without the main bread and butter, the actual sport in itself, it means nothing. But this part, obviously, we've got the experts in place. Just like most of my boxing clients and my football clients and my cricket clients, I don't teach them the boxing, the cricket or the football. Obviously, that's the coaching side of it. And our main coach here is very well renowned. We've got Ustadji, also known as Mr. Miyagi, Ustad Mushtaq, and obviously he's the one who teaches everything on this. I'll get him to explain a bit more in terms of what he does and how he does it. And he's the one, obviously, running the camp with Ziggy. Obviously, you can see there's a lot of people here. These are pretty much his sparring partners. And just for those COVID police, every single person there has tested negative for the COVID, and hence we're coming to train. So like I mentioned, the main coach, the sensei, the Mr. Miyagi, Ustad Mushtaq is there himself, obviously. Ustad, what do you think of the camp in itself, which you've done with Zaid this year, Soldier?
Zaid Soldier in competition at 28 March.
28th of March has got his competition, I'll be trained later.
In Pakistan.
In Pakistan, obviously, we've said that, so it's an international event, it is for a title.
And his my son Ajwat Ali is the competition.
And Ajwat, so we've got another person in camp. Obviously, bear in mind, like I mentioned before, everyone here is in camp. These are his sparring partners. And like I said, without this, it won't move forward. Just to get, how's the camp been? How do I say how's the camp been in our language?
Tiyari Kachire.
Tiyari Kachire, yeah.
That's mashallah, but still mashallah.
But like I says, the conditions are not favourable simply because it's been cold. But like I says, there's obstacles and everything, and there's no excuses. We've hit everything what we need to do.
Inshallah, hopefully, दो जने साने बिल्कुल तैयार हैं इंशाल्लाह बस कोरोना की वजह से थोड़ी स्लो डाउन है यहाँ इंशाल्लाह.
Yeah, like I said, in terms of the preparation itself has been top draw. But simply because of Corona, we've had our little obstacles, but obviously we've been fine. Like I says, we've got the go-ahead as being professional athletes to come and train in our facilities, and we've been luckily and fortunate enough. And obviously the rest of it, I'll let the boys do what they need to do, and you can get a little glimpse in, but we don't want to give too much away before show day. But obviously, a big thank you to Ustad and himself and all the boys for obviously being in this. And I'll keep everyone updated on this because I've had a lot of messages in regards to this kind of sport, because even Haydar's filming this show, they don't know much about this sport, but it is a massive, massive sport, and I'm glad, what can I say, I'm proud to be part of it.
Till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. And my high harass, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. And my high harass, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. 30 rack. She's so on like a light switch, flirting back. There's nothing wrong with the way that she's working that. I just want that body bad, come on baby, bring it back. I'm so gone, faded off a 30 rack. She's so on like a light switch, flirting back.